Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. It's Torchwood.
Beautiful. Loved it.
It is Torchwood, a Children of Earth, Day 1. And, as alluded to in the last episode of the podcast, I am joined not only by my co-host Pete, but also by very special guest, Donna. And before we get into the meat of the episode, I have a little bit of an announcement. So as well as our Facebook page, our YouTube page, our Spotify page, we have another page.
What?
We now have a Twitter page as of yesterday, which dates this episode. We do, yes. So every episode is up there with its own individual links and own very Twitter-specific summary of each episode.
Nice.
So it would obviously help if anyone was to give it a share, because that gets the separate episodes out there to different audiences. There's also bits of Doctor Who art up there as well that I've done, so there's a whole mixture of stuff already up there. But as the episodes come out, we'll do the releases on Twitter as well. We have Twitter. Soon we'll have merch as of our do we remember what the thing was we said? Because this will be a bit of a because Donna hasn't yet heard this episode. It's not out yet.
What was our wording?
It was like, it's poo, it bounces.
It's poo, it bounces.
What?
The shirt.
I told you there was toilet humour.
Yes.
You did tell me that.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Yeah. So, for those who don't know, the reason why we're doing the third series of Torchwood as opposed to starting off with the first is because there's a certain actor who has a rather prominent part in it. Who could it be? It's certainly not someone who's already had a prominent role within the Doctor Who universe before he became the Doctor. Surely not.
No.
Or it's because you never start at the beginning of things.
We don't know.
Yeah.
But we did start our entire podcast around a saying that this Doctor exclusively said.
Yeah.
So it is because Peter Capaldi is in this series, but not playing.
Slightly less grey and slightly less splaffy with his hair.
Yeah, he's got a very.
I liked that word.
Splaffy.
Splaffy.
He's got a very, for want of a better word, civil service haircut.
He is full civil service government man.
Absolutely,
Yes.
and there's a very good reason for that. But we'll get there because this series and this episode opens up with Scotland, 1965.
Indeed.
It does.
We've got some children on a bus
On a bus.
in the dead of night. And you can hear them all chattering away.
Except for this one loser.
Though there is one. No, there is one boy who's like.
No, there's another loser.
There's another little boy who's
Studying
just.
in the back of the seat, like. So I don't know what to do. They're very cute though.
Yeah.
They're all really cute.
Yeah.
It's the best acting job.
I'm sure,
Yeah,
they'll,
exactly.
I'm sure they'll all be fine. And and the bus grinds to a halt. They all disembark. I think that you can see that there are some soldiers with them.
There's definitely
'Cause
guns.
Yeah, and you see that there is a pan away shot, and you can see there's some military jeeps there as well. So it's not just
Yeah.
the bus, but all these kids file off, and then they are all walking, kind of in a line, and they're all met by this incredibly bright light.
You see a bloke standing in a long coat.
Well, you see the arm.
You see him.
Nah, I
You
don't know
see
about
a
that one, Chief.
stand. You see a stand. Because they pan away from the bus, and there's the bus.
Oh well, yeah. You
Person
see, you
standing.
see him then. What, the establishing shot of the field where he's about yay big.
Like this big. Yes.
Dee-dee.
Is there?
Yes, there is a man. Yes, and the light disappears, and that's what the transition is
Into the titles.
into Children of Earth, Day 1. And we get some establishing shots of different characters that we'll get to know. So they're mainly, I think, families with children.
Yeah.
We've got, I can't remember the ordering, but we've got a mother and 2 children getting ready for school.
Yes.
We've got a mother and 2 children, 2 girls who are also getting ready for school, and then we've got Peter Capaldi's character kind of milling around, talking about having to go off to work and stuff. I'm trying to remember if we've got. Oh yeah, we've got a mother and 1 child.
Son, yeah.
I think she calls him Stephen straight out the bat. So we'll,
Yep.
little boy Stephen.
Stephen.
And but they all kind of stop.
Everybody stops.
Everybody stops. We've also got a Gwen Cooper at an ATM machine.
At an ATM,
Yeah.
looking at another little lad that stopped. And then across the road, another little girl that stopped.
Yep.
And those parents, they are holding it together a lot better than I would if my kid had done that. They're just like, come on, you motion, everybody's looking at you. I'd be like, get the...
Yeah,
my mum would have done the upper arm pinch. And they're like, speaking through your gritted teeth, upper arm pinch.
Mine would have been, off we go, by the wrists. Bye.
But they just continue to stare off, and then it's broken. I think Stephen's just like, bye, Mum.
Yeah, everyone's just
classic Stephen, freezing in place for whole minutes at a time.
None of the parents seem to be that worried.
Yeah, but would you, if your children didn't do anything, they just kind of stood still, especially Stephen, because he's got his back to her throughout.
I mean, you've seen my children. If they stood still for some time, I would be concerned.
That is fair.
But yeah, especially the ones that are like in the middle of the street.
Oh yeah,
everyone just carries on like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? I think you see a shot of Reese as well. He's in a lorry and he's just kind of like at a crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kids are standing at the
and
crossing.
they're just standing at the crossing.
And they just let them go.
The lollipop lady's like, well, go then.
Yeah. It's like, no, this isn't okay.
No. But yeah.
Adults are too calm.
Yes.
But they all unfreeze and
carry on. And seem to have no recollection of freezing.
No.
None of them seem to acknowledge that they have frozen. They just carry on.
Yeah. So we get a bit more of Gwen as she's and we get some lovely establishing shots of our dear old Cardiff. The Bay. And we very rarely get to see any of the Torchwood team use the Bay entrance.
Yeah, but she walks in.
But she walks in, and there's just some random guy who she says hello to, and he's like, "Yeah, no sea monsters. Is he in on it?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Was there a big finish where Cthulhu came in and slapped the crap out of Cardiff Bay?
I have no recollection of seeing that man before.
No. And we won't see him again.
No, we will not.
Just Guy.
An extra with some dollar in his pocket now.
And we get a hospital where a man is attempting to. Oh, sorry. I was about to say a man is attempting to
die?
to be resuscitated, but he doesn't have any control over that situation. Their doctors are attempting to resuscitate him, but that don't happen.
No, he did.
He goes, "Yeah, go."
That's fine.
No.
You didn't say who the first child's name was, and that to me was great.
Well, the first child.
Yeah. That stopped.
What was his name?
It was Tyler.
Tyler.
Oh, was he one of? It was Yanto's nephew. We later find out to be Yanto's nephew.
Oh, was that one Tyler? I don't know. There was just a Tyler. And I was
is that in my notes?
Tyler.
I think I did put
Tyler?
the first. Hey, I didn't even clock onto that. I just took a note that the first kid that we heard verbally named is Tyler.
Yeah, that made me think of Rose Tyler.
Aww.
So this doctor goes over and talks to two people that have their backs to us, but we know exactly who they are because we see one long coat and we see one very finely dressed gentleman, and we know it to be Yanto and Jack. And they are posing to be neighbours of the recently deceased.
Not very well.
I don't know.
Everything's very clipped and
Yeah.
you'll make they be sussy.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't very believable.
No.
Alex
is like, yeah, I believe it.
This is problematic because I let people into an official building. Like, I work here. I believe you. And they asked to look at the body and then get some privacy to say goodbye.
Yeah.
To which they don't even wait for this doctor to be like away from the curtain. They are immediately moving around and talking, saying like,
laser pens out.
Yanto
Not whispering.
Talking about them being described as a couple, and Jack throwing up some protest towards that.
Yeah.
And what do you think about the surgical scalpel as a piece of equipment?
I think it's cool.
It is very cool,
Yeah.
leaving zero mess at all, no like burn line or anything. It's just clean cut. But as a practical effect, where it kind of goes through the flesh and you could see it kind of splitting and stuff. That's pretty cool.
I quite liked it.
Yeah, I quite liked it.
Pretty good.
And Jack takes some tongs and starts rummaging around inside this poor man.
Yeah.
To which the doctor comes back and he has one more thing to say, but is viciously interrupted by Jack yanking this
breathing
space
tumor.
lung thing out of this poor man. That's pulsating away.
Yeah.
I love Yanto's line where it's like, we're very considerate, we even bring our own Tupperware.
Yeah.
and they re-laser him back up. But they say that this is an alien hitchhiker that apparently lets off positive. Is it like pheromones or
endorphins? Or
yeah,
something?
endorphins. So he died a happy man.
And I just love that, they don't even try to protest. They're like, oh, we've been caught. Okay, screw it. We'll just tell him it's an alien.
Yeah.
I suppose there's only so
laser
much.
pen right in front of
carry
him.
on.
Yeah, but they've never really been all that inconspicuous, have they? Because they pull up in a big car, there's like blue strobe lights on it and Torchwood written on the top.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, true.
even that elderly lady at the beginning of season 2 knows exactly who Torchwood is.
Yeah, they're not very secret,
No,
are
they're not.
they?
No. And even this doctor, I think he now introduces himself as Dr. Rupesh Pathanjali.
Yeah.
He says the city talks about you, so
Yeah,
clearly
yeah.
they're quite well known,
Yeah.
just through everyone. And he clearly wants in, but they're not wanting any involvement, and he wants them to get involved with people disappearing out of the morgue, but they,
Yeah.
as it's not
I
really
love that
alien at the
Yanto
moment.
just goes, it's the NHS.
Yeah, too much red tape. Ah, fuck that.
Brilliant.
And I think we get a bit more of John Frobisher. So John Frobisher is our character that Peter Capaldi is playing, and we get an introduction to him as well as Lois. I've written that wrong.
Habiba.
Oh, I have written that right, Habiba. And we also, so further down the line, Gwen talks about taking on the role as, I guess, enrollment officer, because they see Dr. Rupesh walk up to the water tower, and she takes umbrage with the fact, like, oh, fuck you guys, that's what you did to me.
You little shit.
I'm just going to go out and recruit this guy. And her and Dr. Rupesh, they do tackle something quite interesting within the Doctor Who universe. What would happen with the Christian faith and the people that obviously have a very set belief system. There's no life as such outside of our world. And then to immediately get, because within Doctor Who canon now, everyone supposedly is at least aware of the invasion. We've had the Stolen Earth, we've had all that stuff. So
regardless of whether they choose to believe it or not, everybody's aware that it's out there.
It's happened.
And that his first death that he dealt with as a doctor was a suicide because she felt so small. She said something like science has won.
Yeah.
It's just
It's quite sad.
It's
Really,
very
really
sad.
about it.
Yeah, that she just couldn't take this new reality anymore and wanted to kind of die with her belief system still semi-intact.
Yeah.
But that tragic moment is interrupted by some more little ones standing still
very
because once
still.
again the children have stopped.
Yeah.
Now, if there was ever a series to make me terrified of children, you'll be very glad to know that this didn't successfully do it. It would probably be this series. And I talked to you about it last time. I ran a podcast where we looked into kind of cryptids and spooky stuff. And I had another guest on who had a child. And she described that this child would often see things that she didn't see, which is the most terrifying.
No.
Because
I get that a lot. A lot of people say that
Apparently
they're
I
like,
used to do it when I was a kid.
oh, Donna.
So bad. Don't do it anymore.
But like, yeah, lots of people say their kids like talk like they've been here before, see people in their bedrooms and are okay with it.
Nah.
I'm like, this is not okay.
Yeah, I'm not
Especially when she did describe her little one came in and said, "Mummy, I can't go to sleep because of the shadow man."
Shut up.
No.
Like, fuck off.
Then I wouldn't go to sleep either.
Oh my god.
Because
I'd
isn't
be moving.
You are?
I'd be moving out,
I'd be
I'd be like,
out, yeah.
let's move.
But I suppose, looking at it scientifically, and so not to creep myself out,
Yeah.
your brains don't fully get their shit together until you're in your teens.
That is true.
So my theory, whether or not this is scientific or not,
bring it.
is that your brain's just shooting out weird hallucinations when you're a little kid.
Yeah.
Why not? Hence, imaginary friends being so big. That's how I'm
And
reasoning
it's trying to
it.
make sense of what it can see. So it can see a shadow. So it's going
it's
to
a
make
person.
what is that? Oh,
Yeah.
let's decide what that is.
Yeah, brains are stupid. I don't like them.
Agreed.
As opposed to the theory that was being kicked around, at least in that episode, where these kids could apparently see this secondary dimension that has all these awful things
Oh god.
inside.
God. No, thank you.
But these children don't just stand still; they all start to scream.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
scream
the
happens
scream.
first.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah, horrific.
Don't like that.
There's some
It's just the way
reverb on
that
it.
full on.
And the way
open
that they've done it
mouth,
audibly, it kind of bounces around as well. If you're listening to it on headphones, you get kind of like the directional with it as well.
It's just horrible. It's
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
They've opened their. It's possibly just that the kids have been told open your mouth, look like you're screaming. But the fact that there's no effort being shown, and then literally just opening
They're
the
not
mouth and the
pushing
sound
the
is
air,
coming out.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah.
But it's not just that, because we get some dialogue from them.
No, we don't.
We.
it.
They're just going down the most sinister slide of all.
Yeah,
But it's not just that, because we get a we are coming. But it's not all children, because it's all children and one man.
Yeah. I just love Gwen's reaction where she's just like, what?
Oh my god!
Oh yeah! Oh my god! Yeah. Jesus!
Yeah.
Like literally,
But
everyone else
she's
is
seen
like,
all of this stuff that she's seen, and she's still like, no.
this is not correct.
No.
It's like the uncanny valley, though, isn't it? Like, there's one normal-looking individual saying normal-looking words, and it's not correct.
Yeah.
It's almost like she's looking towards Dr. Rupesh. It's like, this isn't normal, right?
Yeah.
I know children, this shouldn't be it.
Use your medical degree, please. What is this? And isn't Yanto like, wow, he's filming it with his little camera.
But we also cut to John Frobisher, and a older man comes in, and
Mr. Decker.
Mr. Decker, who said,
Creepy looking guy, right?
"Oh, we'll get to
Oh.
weirdo
he is-
moment from Mr. Decker at the end of
There's
episode
more,
2.
Yes, there's more weird coming,
Yeah,
but he's just
he's-
a creepy looking
He
man.
is
Yeah.
creepy.
I mean, he's a great actor. What was a great actor?
Oh, was
Right.
he?
Or he did.
Oh,
Sorry, sir.
Oh, God.
We're talking candidly, right? But yeah, very good actor.
Yes, very.
Mostly.
and he confirms to Mr. Frobisher that this is something called the
456
456.
channel. Yeah, he talked about
Yeah.
456 channel, didn't he? Creepy.
So Lois clearly is starting a new job, and I'm trying to remember the name of John Frobisher's lackey.
I know that her last name is Spears, and all of my brain is saying is Brittany, but that's not
think
correct.
it's Bridget.
Is it Bridget,
Bridget.
Spears?
Yeah, I think it's Bridget.
Cruel writing. Russell T Davies.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, Britney Spears. Yes.
Now,
Exactly.
obviously-
Also reminds me of what's her name? Not Claire. Maybe Claire Balding. To look at.
Oh yeah, I see what.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see what you
Yeah,
mean there.
yeah,
Yes.
who is that?
Sports,
sports.
commentator. Lady.
Oh, I
She
wouldn't
used
know
to
that.
be a jockey. By the way,
I
looks
would
very
have said
similar.
tennis, but yeah, probably is jockey.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Someone, a sports person,
Yeah.
that now does the commentating.
Unnecessary
Right.
tangent. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Now, obviously, I'm not going to give away where I work, but I can tell you, for someone who has a far lower clearance than everyone in this office would need to have, there's no way in hell I'd be allowed to put my account name and post-it and password on a fucking
On a
post-it
post-it note and give it
just-
to someone on their first day.
Well, that's fine, but just like put it loosely on a screen, just for anyone to see.
Yeah.
That
Horrific
was,
behaviour
Yeah.
from you, Bridget.
That was a choice.
By the way, she just tells her password in full volume, in a
Yeah.
full room. That is not a very big office.
Yeah.
Bad form.
And we get a bit more dialogue with Frobisher and Mr. Dackett, where he takes him into like a little cupboard.
Dingy little cupboard. Yeah.
I think it's part of Thames House, and he takes him through this equipment that's apparently part of the 456. It has some connection to that.
it's all old original equipment.
But it all turned back on at 8:40 in the morning.
Yeah.
And he does. Me and my dad, who used to be part of the civil service, do have to laugh at one of the lines where he says, "The civil service, John, the cockroaches of government." It's fine. No one at work listens to this, but he's very right. So, Gwen.
Have we established at this point that it's all over the world?
I think
I think we're about.
Gwen's gone back to the Torchwood hub,
Oh yeah. Okay.
and
Yeah.
she's
Yeah, you're right, sorry.
She's about.
she's
to,
doing some typing, and they're like taking statistics down, and they're thinking it's just in the UK, but then they hear it's worldwide. But I think then they also deduce that not only is it worldwide, everyone's speaking in English,
English,
despite it not being the native language.
Yes.
So whoever this is, it's heading for Britain, which I think Mr. Dackett also deduces.
Yeah, I
Quite
can't
a
remember
big
when,
assumption because lots of countries speak English.
Mm.
but with an English accent. Ooh,
Yeah, but
burn!
is
Sorry.
it an English accent though? Just because we hear in them English.
No other country has mad reverb.
I don't know.
I don't know. It is, but unless I don't know if they're all.
I mean, admittedly,
Back to the
they
60s.
won't come in. We're coming, governor.
Yeah, boy. We're coming in it.
But yeah, it's quite the leap, I felt.
Yeah.
So the series doesn't even make an attempt to make us like the Prime Minister before we
Absolutely
immediately
not.
get the knowledge that he's a bit of a shady cunt.
Yeah.
He's.
Oh, you got the C-bomb! I think that's the first time you've done that.
It's fine. It's Torchwood.
He said it.
Wow.
Can I say it?
You can, yeah.
Yay! 2 for 3, don't I go?
Can't-
Yay! Oh my god, though, isn't he awful?
Yeah, he is.
Absolutely.
Yes, we don't
Immediately,
like
he's
him.
like, John, you didn't tell me this. Absolutely not.
Absolutely
We did
not.
not have this conversation.
Yeah, because they're talking about the blank page at
Blank
this
page,
point, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
And he's just
Um,
like, yeah, I had no, not me.
We do it, but not me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hear my words,
Awful.
but don't hear them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Um,
that's creepy because that happens now. I'm
yeah,
sure.
I'm sure.
Oh,
it
yeah.
must
Guarantee it
do.
that certain world leaders
It's got
do
to.
horrible shit like
now,
that.
this whole
Yeah.
series is a commentary on government.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
also something
Very
that we
fucking well.
we all had to live through fairly recently. But we'll get to that when some of the more crazy decisions are met later in the episode or in the series. So we get because I think the whole team pretty much deduced that this is something to do with the kids. So they're all going off to separate locations to research.
They
But
need a kid,
They
don't
need
they?
but
a
Jack
kid
and
to
Yanto
see.
specifically are going to look for a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we'll go to Jack first. So Jack goes to this house where Stephen is, and I think Stephen like runs towards Jack and is like
Hey, Uncle Jack.
Uncle Jack,
Yeah.
Uncle Jack.
but it's very quickly revealed that is in fact
This ain't
his,
no Uncle Jack.
his grandson, and
Yeah.
there's Stephen's mother being Jack's daughter.
Yeah.
Quite rightly, incredibly angry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because presumably she hasn't seen him in some time.
Yeah.
Although she is the one that told him to stay away. But I suppose quite rightly so when you learn Jack's life and
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the stuff that comes
It
with
would
it.
be hard. Absolutely horrendous.
What a reveal, though.
Yeah, man. It was so good. I was like, oh, God.
And they talk about Jack's previous partner's funeral as well, being this
Yes.
lady's mother.
Amazing, man, yeah.
Now, I think everyone in this series is acting their chops off,
Yeah.
apart from this mother.
You think?
Okay.
There's some weird scenes,
okay.
we'll get to it, but she's smiling when she shouldn't be.
I do that.
Oh, yeah. If I'm
I'll
really
be-
angry, I can.
I'll be masking a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I get what you mean.
Especially if there's a child around.
Yes.
You smile
You
through
keep things-
everything that you
Okay.
feeling.
Yeah. I think I don't know. When I watched her, I was like, I felt like her rage, like underneath.
Yes.
I think it might even be because of the smile and the fact that she just
Okay.
shuts everything down. Just
Yeah.
like, absolutely not.
Okay, that's an
This
interesting way
is
of
the
looking at
smile.
it.
I'll deal with that feeling later when I'm by myself.
Yeah, because I'm assuming she's a single mum, so we don't see her dad, do we?
We don't know.
No, but they are talked about. Jack does ask about him, and he's like, he
Oh,
communicates every so often.
Yes, so
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
still
I think
alive,
he's-
but
yeah,
he's
yeah,
just not
but-
around.
But it is
I'm
still
assuming divorced then because he
Oh
said
yeah,
that they
presumably.
got married.
Yeah.
So she's got all of that on her. The fact that her dad is immortal, essentially.
Yeah.
Her son will probably find out and then have to deal with that. And all the speaking. You'd have a lot going on there, and I think
Especially because
she
both
doesn't have time for
both
this.
Jack and
Yeah.
Yanto have decided to wait approximately no time and have gone
Yeah.
straight there upon the
Straight
very
there.
day when all
Yeah.
of this happened.
Trying to make it look like he wants to take him out and have
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Rather than just
acting
telling the
like
truth.
she's stupid.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just think, nah,
And you think
both
if he
of them
was
at this point.
if he was in her life at any point, she's going to know what he's like. So she's going to see through that straight away.
Yeah, yeah. But to be honest, Yanto's exactly the same. Both Yanto and Jack at
Goes
this
straight
point.
to his sister.
I was like, are you shitting me?
Yeah.
Are you serious? I get that this is important and it's like a worldwide thing, but absolutely not.
But the
Or
sister,
just go in and tell them.
Yanto's sister didn't seem that much to see it as much straight away. She was just like, oh, not today. It's a weird day. Not today.
Yeah.
Not like. No,
But I suppose
what are you
because
doing?
Stephen's mum has the context of Jack's work and
Yes.
his life, whereas
Whereas Yanto's
Yeah.
sister
Sister
has
doesn't.
no
No.
clue. She just knows he's a
So
sister.
was that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Further outrageous point: £3.95 for a McDonald's.
For a
What the
McDonald's,
fuck?
I know.
I wish that was still true.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
Okie dokie.
It doesn't even matter what they bought. That's just an amazing.
That's an amazing
yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Amazing price.
I don't think you can get anything.
When did this come out?
Blimey, I don't know. I should probably research that before doing this series.
It wasn't that long ago for it to be £3.95 though.
I'm Googling it.
Okay, while you're googling that, but this is all part of their relentless search to find a child to experiment on to try and figure out what this is all about. We also get a bit of a reveal because Yanto's sister hasn't been as out of the run of things as he would like to think, because he's been spotted by, I think, one of her work colleagues.
Yes.
He was out for a meal with Jack. Now, I'm apprehensive of comparing. I hope no offence is taken by this, but comparing her partner to someone that we know, and I won't throw out the name, but we all know this individual. Someone.
Mouth it to me.
Huh?
Mouth it.
Oh!
I'll do it again.
Okay.
I get
Okay, yeah, see it.
Someone who talks a lot of shit,
Yeah, I'm with you.
Loudmouth.
but when he needs to be, because I've never
of gold.
seen him like this, but I imagine he does have a heart of gold in the
Oh,
moments
yes.
when he's needed it, and this character very much has exactly
Yeah,
the same thing.
absolutely.
He comes through when he needs
Oh, I
to.
totally see that.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw what did the rewatch, it's like, yep.
That's it.
But he does come through, and unfortunately has a rather
Awful line.
a
Awful
series
line.
of
Both
lines.
of them, to be fair. I mean, her saying, "Have you gone Bender?" Like,
Which,
oh!
which I suppose was a product of the time. That was
yeah,
But-
yeah.
language at the point.
Yeah.
Still not great.
Rewatching it, like, oh, and then he coming up. What does he say? Are you taking it at the bomb?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and then he immediately goes to the youngest child and is like, "Can you get off that PlayStation?" In earshot of her.
Poor Yanto's like, okay, I'm off.
Yeah.
Bye now. 2009.
2009. Okay.
But we don't get. Yanto doesn't quite leave because I believe he's probably wanting to leave, but the father. I'm trying to remember the name of the father. I think it's said outright at one point. But he says, or he asks about the car that Yanto drove in on.
Oh shit! Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's mine. It's like,
We can hear the car alarm in the
yeah.
background.
you better watch it around this estate. And it's like, nah, it's fine.
Totally
Triple
safe.
deadlock.
Triple deadlock.
Yeah, someone's got it.
That ain't stopping a gang of utes.
How do the doctor can't get through a single deadlock door? How have they got through triple?
Yeah. And then assuming
it.
it's teenagers as well, so that's some serious skills they've got.
I just remembered the father's name's Johnny.
Johnny, that's it. To be fair, if they've broken into that car, have it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
They've
you
shown
deserve it
enough
at that
skills,
point.
yeah.
but they have not immediately driven off with it. They go for a drive-by,
Oh,
which
yeah.
apparently is just something you do around the estate, so you get a good brick thrown at you.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can also full-on moon.
Yeah, full on moon.
That guy has some dexterity to be able to perch your ass on a partially open window.
Yep.
Um,
Also, what the fuck, Johnny? Why would you hear that that's your brother-in-law's car and go, you know what, I'm going to chuck a brick at it?
Yeah. And Yanto makes no move to stop him, throw a brick at his
No.
car.
no.
Absolutely not. Just goes, oh shit, that's my car.
But I think at this point, Gwen's looking. Has found the footage of this man who is also
yeah,
reciting off of the.
Tom White at this point. Tom White. Tom
Is that the actor?
No, that's his name.
Well,
Oh,
it's
that's his
that.
name. Oh, okay, yeah. But we. No, but I think the only other thing I've seen him in is Downton. He had
Oh,
an
there you
extended run in Downton.
Oh.
And she goes to go and visit him at the home that he's being held at. It's like a psychiatric ward or something to that effect. And something quite...
Talk about the security there in a bit.
We'll talk about the security in a lot of places. So Gwen goes there, and I think it's immediately established that this individual not only has the same repeating thing as the kids, but this one in particular is able to determine a lot through smell.
Yes.
He's
and a creepy way.
Really creepy way.
Yeah.
But if you link that into like mental health and anxiety and stuff, that kind of tracks. That it's very much like an impulse thing. He's not doing it.
Yeah, I don't think any part of him is being malicious, is it?
No,
He's got some ticks as well, hasn't he?
Yeah,
so
he
He's
is.
got his little, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thing. He's definitely a bit troubled, sod.
Yeah.
And he's unhappy that the cameras are on, or camera is on inside this room that he's being interviewed in. So Gwen uses, I don't think, a bit of Torchwood tech that we've seen before.
I don't think so.
I don't
Pen
remember
that
it.
It's
can-
incredibly Men in Black. Isn't it?
Just turn off CCTV. Sorry, a bit of a dark thought, but hopefully that's like a thought by direction thing, and it doesn't just turn off electrics. There's not someone's pacemaker that's just gone off as well.
Wow.
I hadn't thought about that. I'm assuming,
He just does cameras.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
And I can't remember what Gwen necessarily deduces from this individual, but he does deduce something from her.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, quite a terrifying way. He asks for her hand, which she reluctantly gives, and then he full on like sniff tracks up her arm.
Yeah.
That's why
He's trying to figure out if she's telling the truth.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is exactly what he's
Because
saying.
she's asking a lot of questions.
She's saying that she's seen aliens.
Who are
Yes.
you? I've seen aliens. I
Yeah.
think you're being used
So
to.
he does kind of have a head still screwed on him, because he's ready to be like, I may know this, but I think you might be bullshit.
Yeah. He's got a lot ticking on up there, isn't he? And to be
But
honest,
he wants to confirm it rather than outright not believe her.
Yeah.
Mm.
And she's really good with him.
Yeah, she is
Yeah.
very good.
She's maintaining that contact with his hand.
But again, that's probably her police routes
she's
and
just
stuff.
being,
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
being really good with him. To be fair, I really like this whole interaction. I think
Yeah.
it's really well done.
Probably one of my favourite episodes that shows Gwen's kind of caring nature as a policewoman or ex-policewoman. I can't remember the name of the episode, but it's the one with Jonah and all the people that get taken by the rift.
Yeah. Oh, what's that? I can't remember. What that's
Oh
called.
yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. She, I think she's just saying that she's going to try and figure out what's going on.
Try and help him. Try and stop it.
Because she hasn't figured out the connection there yet. And just as the lady who sees the cameras, I guess, running to see what's going on, he says, he deduces that she's pregnant.
Yeah.
I think he deduces the amount of time as well.
3
Something
weeks. Yeah.
3 weeks. Yeah.
Got a sense as well.
Yeah. The nurse comes running in, and he gives a very kind of sad, quite nice, heartfelt congratulations.
Yeah.
And I'm still on the account on the post-it note. So we get, because it's clear that Dr. Rupesh has a little bit more going on than Jack and Yanto originally thought, because he goes back to Dr. Rupesh and he says that there's been another death, and he kind of brings him into the hospital, and there's a man on the table.
Yeah.
But it's not all that it seems,
No, it's
because
not.
Jack's going around doing his deduction on what's happened, and we hear a shot, and it's our boy.
It's our boy getting shot.
It's
by
our
boy.
traitorous boy.
I was furious.
Yeah, I know. I was like, come on, he's going to be part of the group. Oh.
Yeah. I was like, here we go, a new member. Oh, never
No.
mind.
That's shit.
Yep.
So there is a little bit that I skipped over. The blank page, like you were saying, is obviously issued, and I think we get a bit with Lois as well, where she uses the password to get
sneaky
into
Yeah.
Bridget's account, and she sees that they blank page being orders to kill, and there's, I think, a list of 4 individuals, including
Yeah,
Jack.
some majors and
Another captain.
Yeah.
somebody else, and then Jack. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? I was about to call him the name that you find out later, but is it Tim?
Tom.
Tom.
I think we found out his name now. He's told.
Oh,
Yeah, he
okay.
told her at the table.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his
yeah.
name is
Clement
Clem
MacDonald.
MacDonald.
Or short for
Clem.
Clem, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you imagine his life was like immediately after the light?
Didn't they say he was homeless until he was about 11? So I think he was wandering from.
Oh, okay, because he did say, I think he says later that they drove for quite a while, so presumably this is just some Scottish field in the middle of...
I would assume so, yeah.
The
But I think
middle
the
of nowhere.
nurse said that he was found at 11 after being homeless, so I can assume he just fucking wandered.
Big finish.
Yeah, I think his life was probably very sad.
Yeah.
And very cold.
And Jack dies from being shot in the back, quite
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
That poor coat.
That poor coat.
I think I'm more sad to see the coat get hurt, to be honest, at this point.
Because we know Jack's going to come back, but that coat ain't.
He is.
Yeah.
And we get the first look at... I've completely forgotten the name of this
I have
assassin.
no idea what this assassin's name is. I can't remember.
No.
I don't know if she ever gets...
Did we
Hard-ass
get a
bitch.
name?
Yeah, I don't know if she does get named.
I don't know.
Just.
She's a
Oh no, I
hard-
think
so
she
not
does. I
very
think
nice lady.
Frobisher calls her by her name
God,
at some
he does,
point,
doesn't he?
I don't know.
but I don't remember off the top of the dome. And you see him getting cut open, but you don't see why.
No. And he is with the same laser knife, right?
Yeah.
Is it his, or does she just have that?
I don't know if she just has it. I think she
Maybe
just
it's
has
just
it.
tech that we don't know about.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
The NHS
the
went
2009
real
tech.
And they do a very quick exit. Oh no, wait, because there's another death.
There's
is there
another
not?
There's
death.
another death.
Because
Because
he's like, what
he's
am I
like,
going to do now? I'm
Yeah,
supposed to be
I've got to
getting into
disappear,
Torchwood.
you know.
Yeah.
And she's like, nah, mate, that's not happening.
No.
Yeah.
But then okay, so he's running down the corridor and the soldiers are everywhere.
Yes, yes,
She
yes.
shouts sides.
Yes.
Why doesn't his brain think, oh, I'll go to the side?
Yeah.
I
He
would've-
just keeps running.
I would have loved it if one of the
One of the soldiers was like, what?
one of the soldiers had turned around, mushroom, no pineapple. But yeah, they're all in on it, and
Yeah. They all.
she is
go
a
to the side of the
fantastic
corridor.
shot.
Shot in the back.
But they'd had a plan because he was trying to infiltrate them, so
Mhm.
there was some plan to get inside
get in.
information at some point.
Yeah.
He was probably just he was always probably going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was,
But actually, good point.
mm.
Why were they planning on infiltrating
Exactly.
if they had orders to kill anyway? Where was this coming from?
Because he said he's been doing it for months.
He's
so
been
what,
training for months to get into Torchwood.
So why? What reason?
Did we ever find that out?
Maybe they just wanted someone on the inside because government being government probably wants to control every little bit.
Shady.
And Torchwood, unfortunately, very recently has had some openings, so to speak, in
yes.
staff.
Oh,
So they've seen that they probably would need additional bodies to join them. So that's probably what that was. They had a government agent who was trained to get into Torchwood anyway, so let's expedite this.
Good point.
Again, wishy-washy.
Wishy-washy, timey-wimey.
We don't.
just got to guess.
We don't know for sure. Yeah, so Rupesh's body's left next to Jack.
So Jack doesn't suspect.
So it looks like they both got took out.
Yeah.
Taken out.
Yeah.
And they very quickly exit, take away the hazard tape that they put down
Yeah.
for whatever reason. Why not just have a soldier at the door?
Yeah, exactly. There's plenty of them.
And Jack wakes up just in the last minute, sees Dr. Rupesh, and then he makes his way back to Torchwood.
Yeah.
But Gwen is on a completely different mission of her own
Yeah.
because she goes to. I think she walks past Yanto. Yanto's listing off helpful things, and she's just not
Absolutely
taking
not
any of
listening.
it in.
Yeah.
She's just gone straight to the scanner to see if Clem was in fact correct. And I think as you see Jack also taking the bay entrance walking, you see someone above on the balcony like radioing in saying
That they're in.
that they're in, and I think the assassin lady's like, give him 5 because we don't know how deep it goes.
Yeah.
And Gwen reveals to Jack and Yanto that she is indeed pregnant.
Yeah, he was right. On the money.
Don't like the scan.
Don't like
No?
the scan.
No.
don't
Why
like
would a baby sharp as a red blinking light?
I don't know.
It's weird.
Why would... Because there's another thing that shows up as a red blinking light seconds later.
I don't know. I suppose that's kind of on track though, because haven't we had? Not yet, but we get the Doctor Who episode where he scans Amy, and baby light.
Oh yeah, I think that's also
But wasn't that because it was sometimes there, sometimes not? Because we didn't.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like life form, blink, blink, blink.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it's...
Who knows?
I don't want to say like foreign object because that sounds awful, but
It just seemed very strange to me that it was a blinking light.
and I'm only saying that because what we then find out to also be another
Yeah.
person also comes up as the same, hence just object that isn't always there but now is.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe. I don't know.
but Jack goes over and because she's freaking out about what they're going to do.
Yeah. Is her job going to be safe?
Jack knowing before Reese does.
Yeah. Poor Reese.
Oh yeah, he's gonna love that.
And he places his hand very comfortingly upon hers on the scanner. The scanner goes past again, which I'm pretty sure is just a printer torn in half.
100%.
And
Budget.
the Torchwood sirens go off because there is a bomb in Jack's stomach. Yanto is able to find out a lot about this bomb in a very quick space of time. That the blast radius is 1 mile, the countdown of said bomb.
I understand he's immortal and he has a lot going on with his body. How is he not feeling there's something inside him?
Good point. Yeah. I hadn't even thought of that.
I don't know, because now I don't know a lot about the human anatomy because I studied in that very useful subject of film studies, but and then animation. But there's a lot of like unused space, isn't there? Because like the stomach is kind of sort of by the hip bone.
I think it's pretty all packed in there.
Kind of,
Yeah, there's no like.
You'd
I don't think
feel
you've got any empty
a
zone.
big old.
If it went into the stomach, couldn't she have just placed it in one of like the intestines or?
I don't know, unless she's actually put it in his stomach.
Maybe he just feels really full.
Yeah, maybe.
He's walking there, and that's the troubled look. He's like, "I'm really full, but I didn't have lunch."
I just got shot.
Yeah, I think it's like less than 30 seconds to get out.
Yeah, I don't even think there's.
Gwen, I think, takes the stairway out to the bay entrance.
Yeah.
And Jack screams at Yanto to get out and take the lift to get out. They have a very... Oh, the music in this scene is glorious.
I'm going to call Yanto stupid, though.
Yeah.
He knows Jack's going to be alright.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit of a traumatic situation. that's
Well,
going on, but
does
get the
he?
fuck
Does
out.
he? Because they still don't know. Because I doubt there's been a date where it's like, okay, we're having a lovely time. How far can we take it? How
far
can you stand at the firing range and I hit you with this rocket launcher and will you come back? Like, I don't even think Jack knows for sure.
He's been.
But all we know for certain is that Yanto would not survive.
No,
So
we do know.
surely just run and head
Yes.
bets.
And run probably the same way as
That's Gwen.
not on the slowest elevator
The
you'll ever
slowest.
see.
Which I'm pretty sure the thing blew up before it got to the top.
It did. They just didn't have the budget to show Yanto sailing on. Although to be fair, a bit of sizzle. But when next time we see Yanto, he's in some debris, so it's very possible he didn't in fact get all the way out.
True that. Yeah.
He could just be under stuff.
Because Gwen didn't get a bloody cut or graze on her, eh?
No.
No.
And Yanto's like bleeding from the face.
Although if she did take the bay entrance, she's running an odd direction because I think she's then running back along the big open bit where the big old purple lights are and stuff.
Yeah.
Surely you'd leave the bay and run towards Margaret's apartment.
Yeah.
I love how I'm using only landmarks in Cardiff in my head are only the Doctor Who sets.
And we've been there, and it's
Yeah,
still just.
it's still
it's
just-
still
yeah.
It's not just Margaret's apartment.
Yeah. I don't know.
But regardless, so
Budget.
we see Jack close his eyes, and I think one of the last things we see is Gwen get kind of pushed forward by the shockwave,
Yeah.
and bits of fire fall around her. Now, while this is all happening, sorry, we're cutting in between things because we're getting more of a "we are coming."
Oh, yeah.
with
At
the
the
kids.
same time.
And I retain some of Capaldi's best acting,
Oh, my
where
God.
he's doing the stop it cries to
that
his
is
two
full on.
girls.
He has
Oh,
lost
God,
his
yeah.
I cry each
It's
time.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really, really good because he's completely defeated, and we haven't even got to the worst part.
No, we haven't even got to the worst bit, but
And
he's probably got
he's-
this, because all the stuff we find out later, he's probably got that rattling around in his head right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. And he's not seen this yet, has he? All he's got is
No, he's
reports
just
of people
reports,
going,
yeah.
they've done that again, they've done this again.
Mm.
Now he's actually seeing
And not only
his
has he said it,
daughters.
but it's people he loves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his daughters.
But they do add in one little extra bit to their statement. At the very end, we are coming back.
Oh my god!
Now, before we finish up this episode, we do have some things that we need to talk about, which clearly the episode forgot.
Okay.
We either forgot or decided not to care about.
Is Clem still in his home at this point?
Yes, he hasn't
Yes.
made his
Daring escape.
daring escape. So the Torchwood facility houses a lot of tech, but not just tech. It also houses a lot of people and creatures.
Oh, yeah.
We can
God,
we can only assume,
does.
and we'll go by greatest loss to less great loss. Janice, the weevil, presumably is dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I hadn't
I'd
even
forgotten.
clocked that.
Because they had loads of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our pterodactyl boy.
No!
Oh, yeah.
And probably least important, Jack's brother Greg.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Because the last time we saw him, he'd chloroformed or whatever his brother and
Yeah.
put him in stasis.
Yeah.
Oh shit, biscuits. We didn't even think
I'd
of that.
forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
At
Do we
least
ever talk about that?
no, it's never
It's
addressed.
never addressed.
No, I'm sure there's some Big Finish
Maybe.
episode out there somewhere.
Maybe the blast didn't get that far.
Maybe it didn't. Or maybe they've
Knowing
been
how blasts
transferred.
work, because in confined spaces, fire travels down tunnels and stuff. If anything, in an enclosed space, the explosion would travel further.
Oh no. God.
The Torchwood facility
That's
isn't
quite
that big.
That's a big over.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Although saying that, we didn't bloody remember.
Very true.
I suppose it's just because Grey was built up so much as a character throughout season 2. It seems odd to then have him presumably die here and it
Never
not be
mention it.
addressed.
Maybe they couldn't think of any more storylines for him, so they're just like,
No.
bye.
Your time is done.
But yeah, I just thought that was a rather odd
Yes.
No,
Thing
good
to-
one.
Absolutely.
completely leave out. But that is the end of day 1.
Day one.
Assuming we're all happy to,
What a day.
we will
Huh?
go.
What a day.
What a day.
Um,
I think I'd have been dragged out of school. And I'm going to be like, no,
Yeah.
get here. This ain't right.
well, we do get little bits. So we do get a bit of that further down the line where people aren't so happy letting their little ones go into school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean, it's fair because if you see them in the playground, the teachers just wander about.
Yeah,
They're
they're
not
not
even
even
caring.
trying.
No,
And
they're
they
not
don't
even
even
looking
say
at
to
them.
any of, from the looks of it, they don't even go up to any of them and go, you right?
Yeah,
After, when
they're
they've all
just like-
clicked out, they're just like,
Just looking at them, walking to the next
That's
one.
beyond my
nothing.
pay grade.
Yeah.
I'm not paid to deal with alien
Obviously,
invasion.
this is a joke that I'm not in on.
Yeah. It is insane in how initially unfazed all the adults are.
Yeah.
we did glaze over something, probably because it's quite horrific, but it is mentioned, or thankfully we never get to see it, but the amount of traffic accidents
traffic
that unfortunately
accidents. Oh, yes.
increased due to this
Yes.
particular
Yeah, in the
yeah,
road.
just standing in the
I
road.
mean, because it happens in the next episode, but there's a part where I'm like, there's no way they'd have stopped in time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can't. What the next episode?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You
Yeah,
leave
yeah.
that, and we'll get there.
Yeah. But yeah, because there's 17 in the UK and then a whole bunch more in France and everything. It was just like, ooh, horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible to think about that.
Fortunately, we never get to. I think the darkest time Torchwood's ever shown anything with, well, apart from the episodes to come, but so far, I don't know if you remember it, but it was an episode where I don't know whoever wrote the episode, but clearly had no one watching them because they just went needlessly dark. But do you remember the? Again, can't remember the name of the episode, but it's the one with. The lady who gets burgled and she ends up like stabbing / attacking the burglars with this blade thing that she's able to produce, because she's essentially an alien sleeper agent.
No.
Do you know?
Vaguely.
I think it's season 2.
Vaguely.
But then it turns out that she's not the only one, and there's multiple ones,
Right.
just scattered throughout Cardiff. And there's this one, there's just a lady who's just walking with a pram, and she like gets activated, and she walks away from her pram, and her pram continues to roll, and it cuts to her back walking away, and you just hear a car hit the pram.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's horrific.
Don't remember that bit.
Oh, I don't
Awful.
like
Yuck.
that. Unnecessary.
Yeah, very unnecessary. We got it, that people are being like...
Yeah.
Ooh.
It was where Torchwood... Because I think it was in season 2, weirdly, where Torchwood almost had like Sarah Jane-esque episodes in terms of maturity.
Yeah.
It bounced around
Yeah.
between... At least this season's far more consistent.
It's an adult show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They found their footing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wow.
Thank you so much for listening.
This has been such fun.
And have a merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Christmas!
If it helps, I'm wearing a Christmas jumper.
Yes,
So
you
there
are, and it
festive
is fantastic.
vibes.
It's Docky Who. You've got some TARDISes, some Daleks, some Weeping Angels.
And some snow.
Thankfully, they never established that the knitted image of an angel is in its own right an angel.
True that.
But yeah, if you do have any comments, if you know, we have a Twitter, and you
Oh my
can
God,
you can
yeah!
share the episodes to your Whovian friends. You don't have to go outside and do it. You can be in the comfort of your home
The
and
comfort of your Twitterverse.
and share it with your wonderful Docky Who fans. But we are still on YouTube and Spotify. All help is greatly appreciated, because we would love to hear any thoughts and possibly read them out in the episodes. But until the next time, until day 2, till tomorrow, we are heading into time and space.